mucho, especialmente en AM, me ahorra muchísimo. Fernanda is talking to Philip on HF. Whiskey 5 Lima, 73, buddy.
This is the Alinco DX-70 ham radio. It's all mode and all band, that will say the HF bands and the 50 megahertz. It's quite a nice little radio. It's 100 watts, and we'll show you a little bit of what it can do. We have here, start on the left upper side, RF gain, and we have volume. Here we have receiver increment tuning. This is bandwidth. This is receiver increment tuning, but you have to turn on that feature specifically. IF shift. This power on off. This is basically a button to select what the multifunction button does. For instance, if I set it with the 2 arrows above the megahertz, I can switch from one band to another. If I press it again, I can make 1 megahertz steps. If I press it again, I do 100 kilohertz steps. And if I press it again, I have memory channels, which I have not programmed right now. Of course, we can go to upper sideband, lower sideband. We have CW wide and narrow. We have AM and FM. AM I can also do wide and narrow. And with single sideband I actually can do that too. RF, that's basically the amount of gain we have in the RF stage. This is 20 dB attenuation. This is 10 dB gain, 0 straight through, and this we're back 10 dB attenuation. Now I have a tremendous amount of noise where I live, so 0 or straight through is more than enough. I might even put in 10 dB attenuation to get rid of that noise floor. We're in 20 meters right now. What you have here is basically memory or VFO, memory write. I can do split, I can do priority. Here we have dialogue, so no change will happen when you turn the dial. And that's basically in a nutshell what it can do. There is some more stuff hidden behind menus, but for that I would have to read the manual myself. Let's go back to which bands we can cover here. So it goes all the way to the 160 meter band. Here we are in 50. I got no antenna hooked up to that, but as you can see we can work 6 meter band as well. This is of course 29, 10 meter band. I can do that in frequency modulation, but the antenna is not tuned for that right now. I have the antenna set for the 20 meter band right now. Let's actually see what power level we can get with this radio. Alright, let's see what kind of power levels we get with this radio. For that we'll basically check out the per watt meter here. I got a 250 watt slug, so that's full scale. Is 250 watts. I will switch to the dummy load so that we don't bother others. By the way, you can also hear what incredible noise I have in the band here. This is the dummy load, and this is the band itself. I got 6 X units noise here, but that's just the way it is. Alright, let's go to FM, and we get about 115 watts here at the 20 meter band. Let's try some other bands. 1.8, that is 160 meters. Same power. 80 meters. 40 meters. 30 meters. 20 you already saw. This is 17 meters. 15 meters. And this is 12 meters. And here we have 10 meters. As you can see, upper 20 meters, 10 meters, sorry. As you can see, we have 100 watt plus on all bands from this radio. Works quite well. Maybe good to also show you the, I forgot to show you that, the high power and low power. As you can see, the radio can also do low power. It puts out about 5 watts then. And on high power we get the full 115 again. So if you have stations that are real close by, you don't need the high power. You can switch back to the low power. Works quite well. Okay, let's have a look what the modulation sounds like. We're at 14.2, and I have my Yaesu FT817 at the same frequency. We will again switch to the dummy load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing modulation. And there we have the transmit capability. As you can see, we are 30 hertz away from this radio to that radio. They disagree 30 hertz, which is pretty good at the in terms of the accuracy. Works well. Okay, I went up a little bit higher in the band with the antenna. This is the 17 meter band, goes from 18068 to 18168. As you can see, the noise is much lower here, but the propagation is also not great. That's the trade-off we have to make. These are digital modes. And for the rest, pretty quiet. No phone in the band. We can try 15 meters, but again, I will have to tune the antenna for that. Alright, I tuned the antenna, but there is no propagation at all. "15 meters goes to 21.450 is the highest. Let's see what the noise is. This is the dummy load. This is the received noise. It is lower than what we had at 20 meters, but it's still pretty high. So it's still not really, doesn't still make no sense to put in 10 dB gain. As you can see, that gives me only noise. No, that band is dead. Well, maybe you can find a few local CBers. Okay, CB band. Again, you know, nothing but noise. Here you still have very high noise level. This is dummy load. This is the received noise. Now it does lower when I turn on the noise blanket, but it's still pretty high, as you can see. But the noise blanket does work, and I don't hear any stations, so sorry folks, 20 meters, that's all we have. Above that, it is not good. Quick look at the back of the radio. This is the well-known DC connector that you had on a lot of radios of different brands as well. Here you see two outputs. One is for 50 megahertz, one is for HF, I think. This is a relay for an amplifier. This is ALC for the amplifier. Here we have an accessory connector for an external tuner. This is the DC input. This is the 50 megahertz, and this is the HF input. And the frame is die-cast aluminum. Does not have the pigtails. I hate that. It has real connectors. The particular one is in good shape, as you can see. It's a nice little radio. This clips in. It does have the tone board installed. You can see that here. You can set it here according to this table. Feet are still nice. I don't think this radio has been used much. And that's it. Alright guys, that was it. The Alinco DX-70 compact HF all mode radio. I forgot to show you the microphone has up down buttons as well. Great radio, very compact sized. And like I said, I don't think this one has many hours on it. Sorry I couldn't show you more, it's just terrible with the noise that I have here in 20 meters. Only the strongest stations make it. Thank you for watching this video.